Important safety rules to follow when in the woodshop. 1. Pull your hair back and have no loose items on your person. 2. Wear safety glasses, long pants, and closed-toed shoes. 3. Don't wear gloves.
This is our woodshop. Before entering, make sure you're wearing safety goggles, you have your hair pulled back, no loose clothing, closed-toed shoes, and long pants. So let's go see what's inside. So this is our woodshop. Over here on the wall we have clamps that are for community use, so you can use them. Just make sure you put them back when you're done. A big vacuum to clean up after yourself. Over here we have a big area of scrap wood that is welcome to anybody to use. You can also put your wood here if you get left over from a project that you don't use, and it's fair game for everybody. And we also have an air system, so you just turn the switch and then you go get pressurized air that you can use with the brad nails and staple guns that are over there. And then we also have 2 ventilation systems labeled 1 and 2. And the labels are these little remotes right here. So you can see this one's 2. So this is the vent for the table saw. When you're using a machine, you want to make sure you open the vent and that the rest of the 2s are closed. And then you press on, and you should be able to hear it kick on. And you want to make sure that you turn it on before you make any cuts. And also, dust collection over here. You can see we cut a hole in the side so you can see how much wood scraps have been collected. It's not even halfway full yet, so you're probably going to cut, but if it's up here, you're going to want to let staff know, so that way it doesn't get stuck in the air vents. So this big one's number 2, you can see right up there, and the smaller one's number 1.
Here is demonstrating how to turn on the vent and open it. And when you're done, close the vent and turn the system off.
We also have these tables that you can use for your projects, and then over here is our wood scrap bin. This is trash, so this is stuff you want to throw away that you're not going to be able to use again, like this. You can't use it again, so you want to put it in here, and that'll get thrown away. And then over here is the community cabinet, which has handsaws, clamps, extension cords, sandpaper, brad nails, wood glue, pencils, all sorts of different bits, tape measure, hand lathe, lots of things that you can use. So just make sure once you use them, you put them back. Have fun woodworking!
For the panel saw, you're going to want to grab your wood and use the rollers to roll it into place. Once you have it where you want it, use the clamps at the bottom of the rig and push it against the wood until they're firm and stuck in place. You adjust the clamps by twisting the edges, and then you pull up to lock it into place. The red knob on the side is what unlocks and locks the machine. Twist it to be able to pull it down. Your hands should be like so, one hand ready to pull the trigger and the other holding the hose to the machine. Otherwise, if you let go, dust will go everywhere. Hold down the trigger the entire time as you pull down the machine. Pull all the way down until you reach the ground. Once you reach the ground, release the trigger and wait for the blade to stop moving before you pull it back up. Lift the blade back up and twist the red knob to lock it into place. Then unclamp your wood and take it off of the rollers. The panel saw is good for pieces that are too large to fit on the table saw and need to be cut while standing. Before cutting anything on the table saw, you want to make sure it is safe to cut on it and it won't set off the safety. If you're worried what you're cutting will set the safety off, touch it to the blade, and if it blinks red, don't cut it with the safety on. Once we have our wood, we are going to first start by adjusting the height of the blade. You can see here that the blade is too low, so we need to raise it. Use the crank to raise the blade. You want to raise it so it is about 1 tooth above the wood, like so. Once it's raised, lock it into place by twisting the black knob on the crank. Decide how much you want to cut off, and you can use the ruler that is corresponding with the guard to confirm that you're cutting off the right amount. The measurement from the guard to the side of the blade is what you will be cutting off. The red line on the ruler shows what the measurement of your wood will be after you cut it. Lock the guard into place by pushing the red handle down. Lower the safety covers into place before you cut. Make sure your wood is flush against the side of the guard. You can use the tools in the cubby under the table to help you push your wood through. Pull the red knob to start. When cutting, always be cautious of kickback. Keep firm pressure on both ends to push it all the way through and keep it flat against the guard, like so. Once it's done, push the button down to turn the machine off and wait for the blade to stop spinning. To unlock the saw, push down and pull the silver pin. The button can turn a light on to help you line up your wood. Place the wood flush against the back guard. Pull the saw out, hold the button down, and then push through. Wait for the blade to stop spinning before you lift up. We have a small bandsaw and a big bandsaw. The small bandsaw is used for cutting thinner things and doesn't have a ventilation system. You can use the guard on the side to line up your cut to where you want it, lock it into place for a straight cut. Once you're ready to cut, turn on the machine by pressing the green button that says Start. Carefully push the piece all the way through the blade and then press Stop. Once you've pressed Stop, stay with the machine until the blade has stopped spinning. There is not a brake on the smaller bandsaw, so you want to make sure that the blade is fully stopped before leaving. You can also use the smaller bandsaw to cut curves. Do so by moving the guard out of the way, getting your piece ready to line up, pressing Start, and then slowly move your piece through the blade, curving it in the direction you want. You don't want to fight the blade. Whatever you do, make sure it feels smooth and right, and stay with the bandsaw until it stops spinning. The larger bandsaw is meant to cut bigger things. You can also use the guard to line it up and lock it into place. You lock it by twisting the black lever on the side of the guard. You want the least amount of the blade to show, so twist the little knob to unlock it and the big knob to adjust the guard. Here you see just what's needed to safely cut through without having too much of the blade exposed. Here you see the guard lowering. Grab your push sticks to help you push your wood through the blade. Press the green button to start the blade. Once the blade starts spinning, place your push sticks to provide even pressure against the wood and push it through the blade, all the way through till the end. Then press the red button and place your foot down on the brake to stop the blade from spinning and wait until it's done spinning. You can grab the rail to help steady yourself while you press the brake down with your foot. And that's it. For the drill press, make sure it's unlocked before you try to adjust its position. You can rotate the bed or raise it or lower it. Lock it into place before you start. Make sure you have a piece of wood on top of the machine before you start to drill. Use this as a barrier. You tighten the bit in by twisting through the holes with the little tightener. Press Start, use the pulls and twist down to move the drill press down. Then press Stop and use the key to untighten your bit and place it back where you got it once you're done. Turn the sander on and make sure you stay on the left side and follow the rotation of the sandpaper so the piece doesn't go flying. Use the eraser to clean up after. Turn it off, then hold the brake down until it stops. Turn the machine on, sand, and then erase. You can see a burn mark here, and this is what you want to avoid. Make sure if you already used the lathe, you wear protective gear.